say, however, it wants those involved to be prosecuted and pay back the money. We all know that President Cyril Ramaphosa has authorized the report's public release this week. So let's get more details on what the union is expecting. General Secretary Mr. Bheki Ntshalintshali, there he is joining us this morning. Bheki, thanks very much for your time. Lots of reports, lots of talk, but are we going to see any action, do you think?
Good morning, and good morning to the viewers at home. Indeed, we live in a very difficult world where protection is almost non-existent. We were happy that the reports are coming out through, that they are being published and available to the public. And that's why we then are calling upon two people in this way. We're calling to the Treasury to ensure that resources are made available for the NPA to do the work. But secondly, we are calling to the NPA itself to prioritize some of these particular cases, because it is not enough just to get people charged and then they are not being put on trial for a very, very long time and witnesses started to disappear. That's what is worrying for us, that reports are made public, nothing is happening. Other people were charged a year ago, they've not been put to court when the evidence from the public is there. That's why we are welcoming it, but we're also worried about the slow pace. That's why we're calling the NPA without forcing them to bring cases that are unprepared, that are not winnable. But I think the society is losing confidence if we're going to just make it another report, another talk shop, and there's nothing that's coming out of it.
Yeah, we're becoming a nation of reports, aren't we, Bheki? The thing is, you're raising two major issues, which the one has been touched on, but you make a good point about the courts as well. The first is the NPA. Do you believe that they have enough staffing, they have enough manpower to actually get done what you're suggesting they should do? And then that second point of yours is the courts as well. Is there maybe a reason and a way of us re-looking at some kind of special court to deal with this kind of corruption? What would you make of that comment?
It's difficult just to say that court should be really not looking to other cases and only focus on the high or profile cases. But in a situation like this, that when the money is being siphoned from the state, I think there should be interest of everybody else. That if my case is postponed because there's a bigger case, which I'm going to be beneficiary myself, if corruption is being stopped, will be something that I think every person in the society will support. So the issues of the capacity of the NPA, which I think they're doing a little bit better, because in the reports they clearly indicate what are the cases, who might be the people involved, and what needed to be done. That's the investigation one in terms of the Hawks. Then they're presenting these cases to the NPA. The NPA will need the availability of judges to hear these matters moving forward, and the judges themselves will say, we don't have enough court and all that kind of stuff. That's when then the state and treasury must come forward and say, want to capacitate the police, want to capacitate the NPA, want to capacitate the court in dealing with those things. There are those signs, are good signs, but every pudding, it has to be in the testing.
Yeah.
How many cases that they want to enroll this year, and they must make it public, because the whistleblowers are disappearing.
Let me leave this as a last question to you, Bheki, if it's okay, just a brief answer if it's at all possible. Do you believe that the President will in fact crack the whip on ANC members and also members of government, the South African government, who are found to be implicated, and found to be corrupt in this? Will the President do the hard job of firing those? Is that what you would expect him to do as the President of the ANC and President of the country? Last question.
Is a difficult issue in two ways. Our view is that they might be complicated in the ANC processes, but as a head of state and the people that report to him, not to the ANC, like your ministers and other people, I think it has all the power it has, and I think he has to act decisively so that even those in the ANC who must be reluctant, and they said, I'm the president of the country, I'm not the president of the ANC in the state, I'm accountable to all people, wrong things done must be corrected. You can't have then ministers and DJs and other people keeping their position and all those things. That's why we urge him as an individual, that President, you're not going to get any mandate from anybody else. Stand firm, be exemplary, so that the ANC can follow suit.
Well, I appreciate your time. Cosatu General Secretary, Mr. Bheki Ntshalintshali, joining us here on eNCA, weighing in on the SIU report into PPE corruption.